Okay, now before I start, if you hear any fans in the background, my room is excruciatingly hot. Um, the the AC doesn't. Okay, my room is the hottest room in the whole house. I have no other room to really record in. Um, Also, if you hear any barking, that is my dogs downstairs. Um, Let me just make sure everything's good. I'm pretty sure I'm streaming on my main channel. Um, let's see here. You know what really bugs me about this YouTube Live stuff is that when you try to pull up your stream to make sure everything sounds good, it takes a little bit. You know what really bugs me about YouTube Live stuff is that when you try to pull up your stream. Sorry about this, guys. I'm just going through things. Okay. Pull chat up and everything. I will turn the volume down. But yeah, like I said, it's really hot in this room. Um, Honestly, I don't even know why I need the headphones because I'm not hearing myself talk. So these are probably going to come off so I can just kind of chill. So, yeah, based on the title, I am going to be showing off my collection now. I did do this a couple years ago. Um, some of it has changed. I sold some of my games. I added some new ones. I think there was more I didn't show. Now I will say some of them my games are at either Mark's house or my girlfriend's house. Mark is my cousin who helps with Castberry TV and everything. Um, so there are some games that I don't have physically here. I do have my PS5 pulled up, so I'm gonna show. I should be able to change this to the video game capture, so I should be able to show the games I got on there as well. Now, some of them are going to be repeats, like Dark Souls 3. I have it on Xbox 360 or Xbox 360. What the fuck? Xbox One and PS4, so or PS5. So yeah, there are some also games on my Xbox I will try to show, um, but no promises because it was my first time doing something like this. But I'm showing more than just my physical games, so I got quite a bit of a stack here. Um, so I'm just gonna, I guess I'm just gonna start grabbing some. This first game I pulled off, ironically enough, I don't know how ironic it is, but Donkey Kong 64. I played a little bit of it. I haven't beaten it yet. There's a lot of games you're going to see that I bought and I played. I just haven't beaten. Because these games I either heard good things or want to play it myself. And I just haven't gotten around to finishing it. But Donkey Kong 64 is a pretty decent game. A lot of people say it's like it can be bad though because of the collectathon stuff. And what I've seen, yeah, it can get that bad. But you know, I think it's a good game overall. Now, some of these games I'm probably going to say more of than everything else. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. And yeah, I'm going to just scoot this a little bit closer, just so my mic is there. Now, a lot of them probably starting off are going to be N64 games, because I just have a bunch of things here to my right, which is going to be your guys' left. I'm just rambling at this point. But next game, Star Fox 64. Now, this one I've played not a whole lot of. I mean, I've seen my friends like Kevin ShadowWolf000 play it, and it's a fun game. I'm still not too good at Star Fox. I actually, a while ago, I streamed in one of my friends' servers, me playing Star Fox Assault for the first time. That was pretty cool. But Star Fox 64, you know, is the one they always love to keep redoing. I do know that much about Star Fox games. So, you know, I'm just sort of grabbing random games from each thing. So this one doesn't have a physical case. Well, it does, but it's a blacked out case. Codename Kids Next Door Operation video game. Now, this was one of my childhood games that I grew up playing. It's a decent little platformer and shoot 'em up. It's kind of like a does everything game. Like, it's platforming, it's stealth, it's run and gun, combat. You know, for what it is for a Codename Kids Next Door video game, honestly, not too bad. So that's to the side. By the end of this, I'm gonna have to clean up all these games. There are some I just didn't grab because you know I can always do a part 2. So next game, I'll just get rid of this. Get this one out of the way. So this one is Ready to Rumble Boxing. I believe it's probably the first one. Now you're probably wondering what's up with the art, with the thing all stretched out. That was not me. Back when we lived in the old house that me and my family lived in, someone was throwing away a Nintendo 64, and it had this game and Mario Kart 64, and my mom found it and was like, "Hey, do you want this?" And I was like, "Yes, please." And surprisingly, the N64 worked and everything, which is good. But Ready to Rumble Boxing's a fun game. I haven't played a lot of it, but you know, it's pretty good. Sonic Lost World. Not a very good Sonic game. It's an okay game, but I couldn't even finish it. It's just bad. Like, for being, like, I mean, I don't want to say it's bad, but, like, it could have been better. And the one thing I hate about Sonic games is, you know, they do well 1 or 2 times, and then it goes back to mediocrity, or just, you know, worse games. Like Sonic Boom or Sonic 06 or something like that. It's just not a good time. Now, as you guys know, I'm a big wrestling fan. So WWE 13, pretty good wrestling game, I would say. Now, there's a YouTuber I watch that did universe modes of these, and some of the stuff I saw was just crazy to me. But like, I think it's because like I would simulate some of the days and whatnot. But I still had a lot of fun with WWE 13. The Attitude Era mode was pretty cool. Universe was okay for the time. But yeah, WWE 13. Pokken Tournament DX for the Switch. I believe I may have the Wii U version, but I know I have this one, obviously, because it's in my hand. It's basically Tekken, but with Pokemon, to put it simply. It's pretty fun. I think when Mark and I did this was Machamp. Machamp's pretty fun to play as. But a lot of the other characters are still pretty fun. There's a lot of them I haven't tried out, but I want to get back to playing this. I did beat the story 2 different times, I believe. So, Pokemon Snap for the N64. Um, I'm not a particular big fan of Pokemon Snap, to be honest with you. It is a fun little game. It's probably one of the better side games of Pokemon. As you guys know, I am a huge Pokemon fan. Like that's like my favorite franchise um, out of all video games, pretty much. So, um, and I will mention I didn't grow up with the N64. My first game system pretty much was a Sega. Then I moved to the GameCube. So I didn't grow up playing this. I've seen my cousins play it. I've played some of it. It's fun for what it is. It originally wasn't even going to be a Pokemon game. It was just going to be a nature game. But yeah. Now this one I have not played. I bought it, but have not played it. Legends of Wrestling 2. So I paid $15 for this. I don't know how well it is or how good it is. But I figured it's a wrestling game I haven't played, and I wanted to give it a shot. We'll reach in here. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door remake on Nintendo Switch. Now I do have the original, which I think Mark has right now on the GameCube. It's a pretty good remake, honestly, all things considered. Well, I think it's like a remaster, actually. Remakes, remastered. I categorize them under the same thing, pretty much. But Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door, I haven't beaten this one yet. I am at Chapter 5 out of like 7 or 8, I believe. But the original was like one of my favorite RPGs of all time. So this one is still pretty good. My girlfriend actually beat both versions before I did, and she said it's pretty much a toss up, but I think she liked the original a little bit more, which is fair. Let's see. Rampage World Tour for the N64. As you can see, a lot of them are N64 games right now. It's because most of them are kind of categorized. I know somewhat, not all the way. But yeah, I like Rampage as a series. This one's pretty good. I remember playing one on the PlayStation with my dad. I believe it was World Tour 3. But yeah, Rampage is a pretty fun game. You just go around and just start decimating buildings as giant monsters. So you're basically Godzilla. Alright. Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects. This was one out of my dad's collection that I basically have now. It's a beat 'em up. I've never finished it. It was a bit too hard for me as a kid, but I haven't went back and played it since. Not that it's a bad game or anything, but it was just tough. Now this one I don't think I had since the last video, so Wario World for the GameCube. I was looking for this for a hot minute. Oh, sorry guys, you probably heard that. Let me turn my phone on silent, or vibrate at least. But yeah, my girlfriend actually helped me buy this. We were at a flea market, and I happened to see this in Super Mario Strikers, because I had Strikers for a while. My disc unfortunately stopped working. But I saw this, and I knew that I had to get it. It was $100, which is a bit expensive for a game, but it's one of the ones I've been wanting to play for a very long time, and one I really wanted, because I love Wario. I haven't beaten it yet. I've gotten through the first world. I think there's 4 or 5 worlds. I already got through the first world. It's a pretty fun beat 'em up puzzle game. So, yeah, I would recommend playing this. Alright, Pokemon Shield. Now, my girlfriend's actually currently borrowing this right now, but I have the disc, or the case, I should say. It's a pretty fun Pokemon game. It's not one of the best ones, in my opinion. but it's still a pretty good game. But this is around the time where they're kind of pushing the envelope on how many Pokemon games they can release in a year. Oh, hold on. My girlfriend was just texting me because I told her I would be live streaming. But yeah, I've beaten this 3 times. Still pretty fun Pokemon game, all things considered. Alright, I'm just gonna grab 2 here. Now this one I haven't really played much of. I bought for like $5. Crisis Tales. Looks like an RPG of some kind. I don't think I had this since last time, so if I did, it just goes to show how many games I have, and I just haven't played since the last video. But I love RPGs, so I was like, I'll get it for $5. Now this, speaking of RPGs, this one I don't have the actual the case for, so I'm just going to show the disc. Digimon World Data Squad, another RPG, an interesting RPG. I used to play it when I was with my ex, but she got really annoyed with the game for some reason. I don't know why. But it's a fun RPG. I haven't beaten it yet, but it's still a pretty fun game. Sonic Forces, I do own this on the Xbox One as well. A pretty mediocre Sonic game, to be honest. I mean, it was cool to make your own OC, basically, which is a lot of the Sonic community loves to do. But classic Sonic in this game is atrocious to play as. Modern Sonic is okay, and then your OC's okay as well. But music I don't really remember a whole lot of. And I got it when it first came out on the Xbox One. I beat it the same night in 3 hours. So yeah. Sonic Forces. Pokemon Stadium for the N64. Obviously one of the first Pokemon games to do something like this. It's pretty fun. What I really like doing in these games is doing blind battles where you are randomized teams, where you try and beat the CPU given on what team you have. But other than that, Pokemon Stadium's a pretty good game. It really wants you to use non-rental Pokemon, but you can pretty much get away with using rentals. It can be pretty hard, though. This is probably one of the hardest games to 100%, I would think, in terms of just beating the battles, especially if you're using rentals. Now, this one I've only played multiplayer of with my girlfriend. Probably going to stay like that because I heard the story mode's kind of bad. I pre-owned a pre-owned game. Mario Golf Super Rush. Now, I don't really like the Super Rush aspect of it, but I just like playing normal Mario Golf. So, as that, it's still pretty fun. I like the different characters. I like the different outfits you can get for them. But yeah, that's about it all I can say about this game. Now this one, when it came out for the Switch, I think I beat it in 3 days. Because I was just so into it. The Super Mario RPG Remaster. This is a very good remaster. The new cutscenes and everything they added were great. The gameplay's still a hell of a lot of fun. It's just an all-around improved version. Now, I do have the original, which you're probably going to see later, so I'm not going to spend too much time on the original. But I would say if you want to play Mario RPG, play this version. It's a lot better, but the original is still good. But yeah, I beat this 3 times. On my way of beating it a 4th and 5th time. And you're probably saying a 4th or 5th time. Yeah, I have multiple accounts on my Switch, so I can play the games without having to lose my save files. They're all mine, obviously. So, yeah, the Mario RPG remaster. And it's the last one on this bin. I believe this was from a friend. I haven't really played this, to be honest with you. I've had this for years. Saints Row the Third. I've heard Saints Row is a good game series, especially this third one. I just, I haven't sat down and be like, okay, I'm going to play this. But yeah, it's in my collection. So that's the first of one of these, completely empty. So what I'm going to do here is put some of these games back in here so I don't have to worry about picking them up later. So you're going to see me doing a lot of bobbing and weaving, but it's I think it's for the best to do this now, so I don't have to worry about doing it later. I've already went through quite a bunch of games, and we're only 20 minutes in. I'll put the 64 games back down there because I'll put them somewhere else. Alright, next up, this is a fairly recent pickup, but I have beaten this. Well, I haven't beaten it, but I have played it in my own time and as a kid. Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest. It's a pretty good platformer. Rare did really good with platformers back then, like Banjo and everything like that. Conker's Bad Fur Day. This is a pretty good platformer. I like this one better than the original Donkey Kong Country. It's probably my favorite out of the original trilogy. So, there's that. F-Zero. I think it's just the original F-Zero, yeah, for the Super Nintendo. I got this and a bunch of other games for like $50. Well, a couple other games. Some of them I got rid of because I had doubles of. But F-Zero, Mark is a big fan of this. I have still yet to really give it a full chance. I've tried F-Zero on the 64, but man, I don't know what I'm doing wrong with these games, but I want to get better at them. For the original Nintendo, of course, Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. Who doesn't have this kind of combo with the original Nintendo? Because I do have one now. I don't think I had it since the last video. So, yep, this is one of the games I picked up for it. Of course, it's the original Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. Not really much else to say. They're kind of classics at this point. Alright, this one I'm pretty happy to have in my collection because all in all, it's like in pretty good shape, and it's one of my favorite RPGs. Paper Mario for the N64. Obviously, this is the first one before Thousand Year Door and all the other shit they made after it. But it's pretty fun. I would still say Thousand Year Door is a better game, but this is a great start. Baby's first RPGs, basically, as a lot of people put it. But this is still a fun RPG, even though it can be, I wouldn't say it can be easy, because if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be a tough time. But yeah, Paper Mario, I found this for like $80 a couple years ago, and I'm never getting rid of it because it's a classic on the 64, and it's a great game. Okay, I got a couple more N64 games here. I'm actually going to pick them up real quick. But we'll sprinkle in some N64 games with some of these other games. This one I'm just going to get out of the way because I've still not played it. TNA Impact. Bought for $8. Never played a TNA game. Figured I'd give it a shot at one point, and that's what I'm going to do. WWE 2K14. This is the reversible cover with Daniel Bryan because fuck The Rock. This is probably one of my favorite earlier 2K games. But like I said, with the 13 universe, I've seen a YouTuber play. this one can get pretty bad with some of the shit it pulls. But I still had a lot of fun with it. Alright. We'll go to one of the 64 games. There's only 4 more 64 games that I think I have. Actually, I think I have more. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Well, it does because I'm showing you the collection. But, Pokemon Stadium 2 for the N64. I like this one a lot better than the first Stadium. It's still pretty fucking hard when you're trying to 100% the stuff, but all in all, it is still a great game. I accidentally started a recording by accident. I accidentally just threw it onto my computer. Oh man, but yeah, it's still a great game. Hopefully it didn't start. I can't. Yeah, it's a good game. That was funny. I'm sorry. That was funny. Alright, this is for the PS3, WWE 2K16. This isn't the more revamped version. It's kind of like 2K14. It's okay, but you're right. Like, if you want to play 2K16, I would find the PS4, Xbox One version. Oh, there's more in 64 games. Apparently, I had more than I remember. So I'm gonna stack those there. Okay, I don't know where the case of this went, but Sonic 06, one of the worst Sonic games of all time. Barely put any effort into it because they barely put any effort into it. And that's all I'm going to say about Sonic 06. Alright, for the PS2, Midway Arcade Treasures 2. So this has a lot of good games on here. Basically, you know, one of the old days where you used to collect on the video games on. I think you mean all the video games on Earth, though. But hi, Miranda, for watching. Thank you. It's one of those classics that have like a bunch of different games on one disc. Me and my dad used to play this a lot. So yeah, just a video game compilation. Oh, yep. Here's Pokken Tournament for the Wii U. The first version. Like I said, I played a lot of this on the original Wii U, but I have the Switch version now, so there's really no point of playing this one. Yeah. But yeah, I already went over that earlier in the stream, so not much to really say about that again. Alright, we're going to do an N64 game again. Bomberman 64. I found it. I don't remember where I found this, but I knew I had to get it because it's a pretty good game, especially with the multiplayer. Multiplayer's a lot of fun. I saw my buddy Kevin, ShadowWolf000, play this, and it was a lot of fun when he used to play it with his friends back in the day. And I was actually in a video of his playing this online, so it was pretty fun. That's why I had to pick it up, just for nostalgia in some way, and because it's a pretty good N64 game. Alright, what's next? Now I do have Scarlet as well. I probably should have showed this for Pokemon Violet. I do have Scarlet. It may be somewhere in there as well, but if I don't find it, I am telling you guys I have this. I have both versions. One of my least favorite Pokemon games of all time. Now that may change with the Switch 2 version whenever I can get a Switch 2, because it's basically an enhanced version. But this one I felt was super rushed, T-posing all around. You're falling through the fucking ground. You can see under the ground. The terrain was not good. Now it is kind of cool. You get to go in whatever direction you want for the story, basically. But I mean, yeah, it was okay. I still had my fun with it, but it's not my favorite. Now this one I got for a Christmas gift, and I have yet to play. and I feel bad because it's Dragon Ball The Breakers. Now I love Dragon Ball stuff. I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. But I haven't touched this because this is one of those like enemy versus like PvP stuff. So I haven't given this a shot. But maybe one day I will. This is the special edition too. I just now realized that. Okay. So I have multiple copies of this. This one is for the and this one can't talk. This one is for the Xbox 360. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. I don't have the physical case with it anymore, sadly. It's one of those like GameStop ones back in the day. Ultimate Alliance 2 is a very fun game. Me and my dad have beaten that probably about 100 times. No exaggeration, to the point where we don't even need to look up a guide of where things are and everything. Human Torch in this game is overpowered as fuck when in terms of fighting bosses and anything. So like there would be times where we get on the hardest difficulty and it would always be Iron Fist to heal, Human Torch for boss fights, and then Deadpool, and then Wolverine, and then one other guy. We would just use whoever. But it's still a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing this with my dad, so I'm going to keep this in my collection probably forever. Alright, now this next Pokemon game I have both versions of as well. My buddy Steven's actually borrowing the Diamond version. But a lot of people shit on this saying it's a bad remake, and it's really not. It's pretty good. It's Shining Pearl. I like this a hell of a lot more than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I'll tell you that much. It's just a better version of Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, which I've already played. And it's just revamped and everything. I think people shit on it because it was all chibi versions and everything. But I didn't care. I still had a lot of fun with it. So, yeah. This game I bought pretty cheap, and then I got it on the PS5. Extinction. I played it for a little bit. Did not like it. Set it down. Probably never going to play this again. And then another wrestling game. This is WWE 2K17. It was an alright one. I think 18 and 19 definitely were better in terms of like around this era. But yeah, still had a lot of fun with it. A lot of the wrestling games I have a lot of fun with, even if some of them aren't too good. Alright, back to the N64 with Yoshi's Story. A lot of people I see shit on this game when it's really a fun game. Like, a lot of people say it's too easy, but like, I'd rather have an easy and fun game than like, I'm gonna cut my balls off, it's so hard game. So, yeah, I think Yoshi's Story is a pretty fun N64 game, pretty good game in general. So yeah. I have Final Fantasy. I think this is, I don't know what. I'm bad with Roman numerals, guys, so I don't know which one this is. I bought it for, as you can see, $10. Have not played it yet. Hopefully I will get around to playing it. It's RPGs. Big fan of RPGs. This is one from my childhood, Family Guy video game. I believe this is probably the first Family Guy video game. Never beaten it. It was kind of bad, and yeah, the Simpsons have a better track record of video games than Family Guy, I'm just saying. Alright, don't know what happened to that one, but New Super Mario Bros. U. Of course, it's a Mario game, so it's pretty much always going to be good. Even if I didn't have a whole lot of fun playing this one. I prefer the one on the Wii more than the Wii U, but it's still a fun game. Even though I didn't have a whole lot of fun with it, I still enjoy it. Here's another RPG I bought for like $6 that I've still yet to play. Valkyrie Revolution. Looked interesting on like the back and everything, and it was $5, so like, what the hell. I have multiple copies of this Rampage game. Rampage Total Destruction. Probably the best one I played out of Rampage. Just because of how many more characters there are and everything. So yeah, not much to really say other than it's probably one of the best Rampages. Grand Theft Auto 4 for the 360. I'm gonna be honest, never beaten this game. Probably like most people, I turned on the cheats and just went around and just did whatever the hell I wanted. Infinite ammo, all the different guns, invincibility, like all that kind of shit. Just because I could. So, I still had a lot of fun with this game though. Alright, that's another one cleared out. So, I can start putting the N64 games in there once I get done with them. This one I bought mostly because my cousin Mark likes this one. Diddy Kong Racing, probably one of the best racers on the N64. Never beaten it, but I have played a bit of it. It's a lot of fun. Sorry guys, I'm trying to organize while I'm doing this real quick. Alright. Rayman 2, The Great Escape. This was another game I got around the same time I got the Ready to Rumble. I've never beaten it, but it's still a fun game. Rayman was a pretty good platformer back in the day. Now this one my girlfriend got me, and I was pretty shocked. Another N64 game, Conker's Bad Fur Day. This is probably up there with one of the best N64 games I think there is. I don't know how much she spent on it, but I was like really surprised and really happy. It's a very fun R-rated platformer, and I haven't beaten it, but I want to beat it one day, and she wants to watch me play it, so maybe I'll do that one day. Sorry, just trying to clean up my N64 mess here while I do this. And then I can put the Super Nintendos. Okay. I believe. Yeah, I know. That's cute, right? Yes. Yeah. I think this is the last N64 game I own. The original Super Smash Brothers. It's a lot of fun, even with limited roster. But this was the very first. You kind of have to give it some limitations on how it plays and everything. All in all, though, it's probably my least favorite Smash Brothers game. Only because I didn't grow up with it, for one, and two, the controls are kind of bad. And but yeah, it's still a lot of fun though. It's not a bad game in any means. All right. Now I got some Super Nintendo games. I'll get this one out of the way. It's a bit dirty, but I talked about the original Mario RPG, Legends of the Seven Stars. There's the physical cartridge. Like I said, still a pretty fun game, but I think the remake kind of just outclasses it in every other way. So, just wanted to get that out of the way. Probably my least favorite Mario Kart, and that's saying something because I do not like Mario Kart 64. Super Mario Kart. Honestly, if it wasn't for Double Dash and Mario Kart Wii, I probably wouldn't really say I'm a Mario Kart fan. Like, they're fun, but I don't know, I kind of grew out of it. Like, I guess, besides Double Dash, so that's kind of a childhood game for me, though, so I have a little bit of bias, but I think it's still one of the better Mario Kart games out there. I'm gonna grab Dark Souls 3. This is the PS4 version. I love this game. Probably up there in my top 10 games of all time. Thanks to Mark for getting me hooked on the Dark Souls series. We've played Dark Souls 3 on the Xbox so many times, so I had to get it for the PS4. It's kind of like my solo, my own personal one-player game on the PlayStation. But I've put countless hours into it on multiplayer with Mark, and it's been a lot of fun. A lot of good memories. Alright, Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. Really good 3-pack of games. Back when it was only $40, it was still a fucking steal. Because these games remade are like French chef's kiss. Like, mwah. I have it on the Xbox One as well, but this was the first version I got. I played more on the Xbox One version because I didn't have a PS4 really. This was more so when I was playing it on my dad's PS4. But I do plan on beating this again on my PS5. So, yeah. A very good 3-pack of games. I highly recommend playing it if you haven't played it. Probably one of the Wii games I put the most time into. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I love the story mode. I think it's very fan servicey. I love it. The game itself is great. Besides being a little bit floaty and some of the characters from Melee not being in this game, like Mewtwo and the clone characters. At least they rectified that in the later games. But Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I love Smash Brothers. I'm not the best at it, but I love it. So this is a game my girlfriend gave me for when she bought me my PS5. Yeah, I'm a very lucky man. Speaking of Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. The official 4th game now, since they are like fuck Wrath of Cortex and everything after that. I'm definitely afraid to play this game, and there's a reason why. I've seen how hard it is to 100% this game, and that's why I'm so hesitant to play it. Because I'll try to play Crash games to 100%, but I don't think I'm going to do it for this version. I think I'm just going to play it normally and get what I can. Because I've seen a lot of how level design is in this game, and it can be a bit dickish. So, but yeah, I do plan on beating this game sometime soon. I may even stream it on the channel. Back to the Super Nintendo games. Super Mario World. Really nothing to say here other than it's one of the best Mario games out there. It's a fan favorite for obvious reasons. The platforming is great. The leveling is great. I don't know. I love this one. I also love Mario 3 a lot, but if I had to choose, it's probably Mario World I like more. That's my traditional 2D Mario games. Let's see. I'll grab a couple games out of here. Dragon Ball Sagas. This is a shit game. I bought it because my cousin John said it was really good. It's not good. It's not good at all. It's a beat 'em up, which sounds good on paper, but they fucked it, and they fucked it hard. Couldn't even beat the game. Now this one I've had since I got my original Wii, and the next game as well. Heavenly Guardian. This is a very hard shooter. I remember trying to play this. I could not beat it. It's 2-player, which is cool, but very hard. And another one of the worst Sonic games out there. Sonic and the Secret Rings, because you have to use motion controls whether you like it or not, asshole, so deal with it. To be fair, though, it was one of the first Wii games they made. But, of course, since they had to put the blue blur on it, yeah, it was bad. JD, okay, I've never even heard of that game. Heavenly something something. Yeah, it's probably because it was on the Wii. So, welcome in, JD. By the way, I know you're at work, but I appreciate you and Miranda watching. So, and anyone else that has to be watching it before and after. LOL, F you, Sonic fan deal. Yeah, I appreciate anyone else watching as well. So, speaking of Sonic, going back to that, I do have a physical copy of Sonic and Knuckles. Um, I have Sonic 2 somewhere in what's left of my garage, because it's one of my like old school games I grew up on. Of course, you're doing a good job. Thank you. I don't think I am, but I appreciate your encouragement. Um, Sonic and Knuckles is a good game, but I think it is better when you combine it with Sonic 3 to make it the full game. So that way you can actually save and not have to beat this all in one sitting. I have done it before. It's tough because leveling is like this, because this is technically supposed to be the second part of Sonic 3. But yeah, still a fun game. Um, Digimon World Next Order. Gotta admit, I love Digimon, but I couldn't get into this one. I've tried. I don't like raising the Digimon and everything, which is weird because I like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. They had chows, and I love doing that kind of stuff. But here, it's just not the same thing. So, yeah, it's just kind of mediocre. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Where is my mic? It's literally right here. Is it? Does it sound like I'm too far away? And I know my fans are going, and you'll probably hear that, but it is hot as hell in here, JD. It is hot. I'm surprised I'm not sweating. Um, I mean, I probably am, but like you can't see it. What the fuck? Did you guys hear that? That was like a. I don't know if that was my sister or. Yeah, I know. I need to. Well, here's the thing, JD. It used to have a full stand, right? It used to be more than just this, but this part broke off. So, um, yeah, I may just try and hold it. Sambi, I don't know. That scared me a little bit because I think that was my mom, or not my mom, my sister, or something they were watching or something. But anyway, um, next game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 on the Wii. Uh, I love the Ultimate Alliance games. Like I said, me and my dad beat the second one about 100 times. No exaggeration. Probably done the same thing. Well, shit, keep doing what you do, dude. Yeah. This game's a lot of fun. I do prefer the second one compared to the original, but it's still a lot of fun. I would highly recommend playing this game. Next game, I got it because it was a Dragon Ball game, but this is. Oh, excuse me. This is probably one of the worst ones I've played. Didn't really enjoy it a whole lot, but I was like, I figured why the hell not? I'd give it a chance because there's Dragon Ball. It's not as bad as Dragon Ball Sagas, I feel, but yeah. Another Super Nintendo game. We're gonna go back to the Super Nintendo. Mario All Stars. This is pretty much my definitive way of playing the original 3 Mario games, as well as Mario and the Lost Levels, because I love the new look of it and everything. But yeah, if you guys haven't played the original Mario games for whatever reason, I would play Mario All Stars because it has all of them revamped and looking. Oh, I smacked the mic. Looking a lot better. Let's see. Here's a childhood classic I love. You ever played GTA? Have you tried this GTA? Watching you do your video game collection makes me have the biggest crush on you. Well, thanks, babe. I appreciate it. In all seriousness, no, in this is a fun game, even though it's a GTA parody. Simpsons Hit and Run, I had on the GameCube as well, but for some reason the GameCube versions, like, they would keep burning out for some reason. I guess because of how much I played it. And I'm talking like 3 different copies of it. JD, you're doing you're doing a big misservice for not playing that, and I would highly recommend playing it, especially because you own it. You should stream yourself playing it. I think you'd have a fun time, and they got all the voice actors for The Simpsons back in the day to do their voices, and the writing is pretty funny, and I feel. Oh, my voice. I should have got more water before I started this. Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, no, I'm just giving you shit. Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo. One of my favorite beat 'em ups, even though it can be tough at times. But not much else to say. If you haven't played it, I mean, they did Shredder's Revenge, but I prefer this one just because nostalgia. Let's see, what else do we got? We still got a bunch of games going on. Oh, I forgot about. I said I had Mario. I deserve it. I'd be slapped, dude. Like, if you saw how many games I had that I bought and haven't finished, it would be a lot. Hold on a second. Alright, one more N64 game, Mario Kart 64. As much as it is, a lot of people think it's a good game. I don't really like it because the AI fucking cheats. They cheat. There's no way to say it other than they cheat, and they get like 20 million miles ahead of you, and you can't catch up to them. Yeah, gamer life. Yeah, I know, right? What else? Okay. Now, don't make fun of me, guys. Do you like dodgeball? Monsters Inc. This is actually kind of a fun game for being a Monsters Inc. game. Scream Arena. It's dodgeball with some different mechanics and Monsters Inc. characters. This is a childhood game I had, so I had to pick it up. But it's actually not too terrible for what it is. So, yeah, I mean, if you want a good, like, laugh, then play this. Let's see. WWE 2K15 for the Xbox 360. I do own it for the Xbox One and PS4. One of the worst 2K games I've ever played in terms of wrestling. They cut out the customization like in half. Like, actually, probably more in half. You can't even make female wrestlers in the newer versions. Sorry, my nose is really runny all of a sudden. So that's why I keep doing this. I wish I had paper towels or something I could blow my nose right now, but I can't. But yeah, one of the worst 2K games. Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, not too good. Already showed that one. This one's a fairly new pickup for me. Yoshi's Woolly World. My girlfriend and I actually played this together. It's pretty fun. It's basically like Kirby's Epic Yarn, but for Yoshi. And I love the look to the game. I like how it has co-op. The different color Yoshis are pretty cool. So yeah, if you guys haven't played this, I'd highly recommend playing this. I haven't beaten it, but the stuff I have played, I definitely want to go back and play more of it. Now, this one is more of my dad's game that I kind of took. Rise of the Argonauts. So this is I like this game for two reasons. It's kind of like God of War, for one, and two, it has the Greek gods and everything. So basically, I believe you're Jason, and your wife gets poisoned and slipped into a coma, and you have to go around the world trying to find the proper needs of getting her back to, back up to snuff. And Hercules joins you and everything. It's actually not a bad game. It's a hard game, but not a bad game. Just to show you, I already went over this game, but I have the PS2 version of Ultimate Alliance. No, I'm not gonna, like, the ones that have doubles of, I'm not gonna really go over again. So yeah, Sonic Gems Collection. So this has all the Game Gear Sonic games on top of Sonic R, Sonic the Fighters, and Sonic CD. Honestly, besides those three games, it's not really worth it for the collection because the Game Gear ones are pretty shit. But I got this for like, I think $13, and it's still fun. I like the cover art. The cover art's pretty cool. But yeah, it's just one of those collections. Speaking of Sonic collections, the other Sonic collection, Sonic Mega Collection. This is my original copy since I was a kid. So this is like, I don't even know. This came out a long time ago. But it has the original Sonic 1, 2, and 3, Sonic & Knuckles, 3D Blast, Spinball, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, as well as a couple other games. It's a good collection, I would say. If you're looking for one for the GameCube, I mean, you can't really, there's really no other ones to do, so. Hold on one second. Sorry, I just realized somewhere. Oh, I just got a new subscriber. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm like very distracted. Yeah, we still got a lot of games to go, guys, and I'm at an hour. I'll get this one out of the way. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter for the Super Nintendo. Pretty self-explanatory. Street Fighter-like game, but with Ninja Turtles. So, had to pick that up. I think I got it for like $20 or something. Wasn't too expensive. This one is like Dynasty Warriors, and that's why I wanted to pick it up, because I've never played Dynasty Warriors, but I want to. Hello, welcome to the madness. Yeah, I just saw someone subscribe, JD, so that's pretty cool. Hyrule Warriors, for the Wii U, it's Dynasty Warriors, but with Zelda characters. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I've been meaning to sit down and actually play this, though. So, it's only a one-player game, like I think most Dynasty Warriors games. So, now I will say I have different copies of these with the HD collections. I'm just going to show them both now. Kingdom Hearts 1. I did have Kingdom Hearts 2, but I sold it. And Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. This is probably my favorite Kingdom Hearts game, even though it's a lot of people don't like it. Because of like the card mechanic and the story's kind of bad. But both of these games are pretty fun. I've beaten Rechain of Memories. I have not beaten Kingdom Hearts 1. Although I have gotten about probably halfway through Kingdom Hearts 1. What's next? Oh, I went over this, but you see, this is what the copy should look like for 2K14, not the Daniel Bryan one. But I prefer the Daniel Bryan one because, like I said, fuck The Rock. So this is actually unopened, and this is from JD's recommendation. I've yet to play this, other than I think JD showed me this, and you can see it's still in the wrapping and everything from when I bought it. I paid $10 for this. Super V-Ball and Nintendo World Cup. From what I saw, it was actually pretty fun. I just haven't played it yet. At least I don't think I played it yet. Maybe I did with JD. I can't remember. You guys know my memory is just dog water. So, oh yeah. So here's Pokemon Scarlet. I already talked about these games, but just as a brief catch up, one of my least favorite Pokemon games. I feel like they rushed it. You can fall through the floor. You can see under the floor, fucking T-posing everywhere, and you can't see shit in terms of the Pokemon at all. But apparently, like I said, the Switch 2 version does make it better. But I don't have a Switch 2, so the original version sucks. Alright, so this is another collection of sorts. I bought this for $9. It's the original Mega Man Legacy Collection, or Anniversary Collection. This has I believe, the first 10 Mega Man games. Facebook Messenger. Oh. And this is actually going to be the last game I show. JD kind of gave me some advice, and I'm going to take it because I'm pushing it. I'm already an hour. I think the next time I'm going to show off my PS5 and Xbox One collection digitally, as well as my Switch stuff. That'll be part 2. But to end this one off, this has the first 10 Mega Man games. It's a pretty good collection for all things considered before they made another version of it. But yeah, not much really to say there. But yeah, guys, I am pushing an hour. I actually just passed an hour. And I probably should take a break. But we got maybe halfway done with my physical collection. Like I said, there's still some that my girlfriend and my cousin Mark have, and some of my friends have some other games. But that's going to do it. I want to thank everybody for watching, whether that's live or later on. So thanks Miranda and JD for joining me here. Till next time, guys, I will see you in the next video for part 2 of my video game collection. So, bye-bye.